Every one of us has health issues at some point, and in my case, during the unusually excessive heat of summer 2022 up here in the northeast of England, I developed a case of conjunctivitis, a rather unpleasant eye infection. I visited the doctor and he prescribed suitable treatment, which seemed to largely clear the problem, but it did leave me with a rather bad case of dry eyes, to be controlled by the liberal use of various eye drops suitable for daytime or nighttime. The dry eyes persisted, unfortunately, but giving Mother Nature a chance, I persevered, as was suggested, until early February, at which point I felt I had to get something done. Runny eyes, difficulty opening them at night to the point of pain, and careful use of my fingers to get them moving. So, should I ring the local world-renowned eye infirmary, only 6 miles away, or should it be the doctor, or even the optician? I was told I couldn't go directly to the eye infirmary, but had to be referred. So I chose the optician, mainly because I trusted the lovely Irishman who had looked after me previously. "You have immaculate maculas, Mr. Barnes," he once said, and because he will have appropriate equipment at his immediate disposal. He quickly diagnosed a classic case of corneal erosion, which comes as a result of the dry inside of the eyelid rubbing the eyeball. He showed me the microscope view of the front and top surfaces of the eyeball, which looked like a pebble beach as opposed to a newly tarmac road. "You need to be referred to the eye infirmary and they'll set you up with a treatment regime for you. And I'll write to your doctor who will set the wheels in motion. Oh, and the cataract in your right eye is worsening as well, but that's what happens when you reach a certain age. But nothing for you to worry about." Worrying rather a lot, I thanked him for his prompt and free of charge attention. I received a letter from the doctor confirming the referral, and then one from the eye infirmary telling me that they would be in touch in due course. Oh, that's great, some real progress. 6 weeks go by and no contact. So I phoned the eye infirmary. "Ah, yes, Mr. Barnes, you're on the list. It'll be about 5 months. Trying my best not to laugh or to shout at the poor woman on the other end of the phone, I politely asked how I could be moved forward on the list, as my right eye especially was giving me concern. "You need to contact your doctor and ask for an expedite." So I phoned the doctor's receptionist that day and she said she would see to it right away. Good, but it could be a few weeks before I heard, but oh well, if it reaps some dividends, so much the better. The very next day I had a call from the eye infirmary. "Mr. Barnes, can you get to your local hospital tomorrow at 11 in the morning?" I could. "The specialist can fit you in whilst he's there on outpatient duty." Blimey, and only a 15-minute walk from home. Perfect. I arrived at the appointed hour and was given a swift vision test by a nurse and then ushered in to see the consultant without a further wait, even though I'd been told there were 3 people in front of me in the queue. A full exam and a proper regime established using steroid eye drops plus others depending on the time of day or night. There could be some side effects from the steroids, and if you suffer any problems, phone my secretary and she'll slide you into my diary. I'll call for you in 3 months and I'll see you back here, as it's obviously easier for you to come here rather than the eye infirmary. Even though the eye infirmary is only 6 miles away, I gratefully accepted his suggestion. He added, "And when you get down to the hospital pharmacy, your meds will be ready for you to take away." Trying not to stand there with my mouth too far open in disbelief, I thanked him profusely, and the meds, indeed, were handed to me after a 1-minute wait. So how did all that work? From a 5 months waiting list to being seen by the top man within 3 days? Well, I put it down to being polite on the phone, possibly being of a certain age, and obviously being on the receiving end of a National Health Service system that appears to be fully joined up. Needless to say, I am most impressed, slightly confused, but most appreciative.